Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're talking about hockey romances. So let's get into it. Now, for some reason, I read a lot of hockey romances. Have I ever been to a hockey game? No. Do I know anything about the game, the rules, how it's played? Also no. But for some reason, I have read more hockey romances than I have read of all other sport romances combined. I double checked my Goodreads to see, and I have my notes here. I've read 2 baseball romances, 1 basketball romance, 3 football romances, and 1 chess romance, for a total of 7 sports romances. But I've read 10 hockey romances, and I thought it'd be fun to rank them all and tell you what I think is the best hockey romance. Now, I do want to preface this. I don't think any of these are bad. Out of these 10, even the lowest rating ones, I gave at least 3 stars. In our 10th place spot is Icebreaker. This is a college sports romance, and our male main character is on the hockey team, and our female main character is a figure skater. And this college has 2 rinks that are dedicated, one for all the figure skaters, one for all the hockey players, but something happened to the hockey players' rink, and now everyone's having to share one rink, and that's causing all sorts of drama. So while I do really like certain things about this book, there's some really good diversity, some really good therapy representation. I just kind of felt like there was too much filler in this one, and at times I felt like the characters were really immature. I'm also just not the biggest fan of college romances to begin with. So overall, not terrible, but not my favorite. Our number 9 spot is the second book to Icebreaker, and that is Wildfire. I almost didn't include this one because, yes, it's technically a hockey romance because that's what the male main character does. There isn't any hockey that takes place in this one because this one takes place during summer break, in between the school year, and our male main character is one of the players on the hockey team, and then the female main character, she's a student at Maple Hills, which is the college that they go to. They are camp counselors for a summer camp for kids, and it's a really cute book. I did enjoy it. There's just not technically any hockey, so I wasn't sure to include this or not, but I figured what the heck, I would include it anyways. I liked this one, but sometimes I felt like Aurora, the female main character, was just kind of immature. Coming in at spot number 8 is Right Man, Right Time. This is the 3rd book in the Vancouver Agitators series, so this one has all the ingredients to be like one of my favorite romances ever, right? It's a hockey romance, we have an age gap, and fake dating, which are all like some of my favorite tropes when it comes to a romance book. But the female main character in this one was just so annoying to me. I felt like they were leaning into the age gap a little too hard, and Ollie, the female main character, she was coming off as very immature. She is a college student, but I felt like she just acted too childish. And spot number 7 is the 2nd book in the Vancouver Agitator series, and that is Those Three Little Words. In this one, we have Penny, who is the team's social media person, and Eli, who's one of the players. And they end up having a one-night stand, and Penny ends up getting pregnant. And to add some extra drama to this, Penny is the little sister to one of Eli's best friends, who's also a player on the team. Now, I'm of the minority who I kind of like a surprise pregnancy trope when it makes sense, but I just wasn't the biggest fan of how Penny treated Eli in this one. Next up in spot number 6 is Kiss and Don't Tell. This is the 1st book in the Vancouver Agitator series, and this is actually about Pacey, who is Penny's older brother. And Pacey is in this cabin in the woods with all of his teammates, and this crazy storm hits, and then all of a sudden there's this woman who's knocking on their door because she needs help because her car got stuck in a ditch. Now, on to the top 5. So in spot number 5, we have Pucking Wild. This is the 2nd book in the Jacksonville Ray series, which we'll talk about the first one here in a second. And this is a reverse age gap, which means that the female main character is the one who's older and the male main character is the one that's younger. I really like this one. It is a bit on the long side, coming in at about 600 pages. And spot number 4 is He's Not My Type. This is the 4th book in the Vancouver Agitator series, and this is my favorite book in the series so far. I will say I haven't read the 5th book yet, so that's subject to change, but as of right now, this one is my favorite. So we have Halsey, who's one of the players, and he's had a crush on Blakely, who works for the team doing promotional marketing and things like that. But the problem is she's been in a relationship, so he's just kind of been pining for her, but not acting on it, right? Well, the teen gets wind that she's no longer in a relationship, and now all of Halsey's friends are kind of playing Cupid and trying to get them together. I thought this one was so cute. I really liked this one. We love a male main character that likes to read, and there's no third act breakup in this one. Moving on to spot number 3 is Mile High. This is the first book in the Windy City series. We have Xanders, who is on Chicago's hockey team, and he's known as being a player and a bad boy, and is very aggressive on the ice, always starting fights and things like that. And Stevie, who is one of the team's flight attendants, wants nothing to do with him until she starts to see him in a different light. I really like this one. At first, I was a bit put off about the attitudes that Xanders had towards Stevie, but the character development was really good. So I definitely recommend this one. This whole series is great. This is a really cool series to me because a lot of times with sports romances, each book will just be about a different player on the team. For this series, it's all set in Chicago. So each book is about a different Chicago team. So the first book is this hockey romance, second book is a basketball romance, and then the third and fourth book are baseball romances. And then the 5th book is going to be coming out, I believe, later this year, and I think that one is also a hockey romance. In spot number 2, we have Daydream, which might be a little bit of a surprise because this is the 3rd book in the Icebreaker series, but there was something about this one that I just really liked. I really liked Hallie. She's a student at Maple Hills, and throughout the story, she's kind of working on finding herself, and we also love a female main character that's just also obsessed with books. And Henry is now the team captain, and you kind of get to see him deal with the struggles of what that's like and that pressure, so I really liked this one. And finally, our number 1 spot, my favorite hockey romance that I've ever read, is Pucking Around, which is the first book in the Jacksonville Race series. Now, I will say this one is pretty spicy. This is a polyamorous relationship between the team's new physical therapist, one of the starting players, the goalie, and the team's equipment manager. So it's a male, 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 female romance. But I really loved the found family in this one. There is just something about it that I just kind of found a little heartwarming at times. I was listening to the audiobook for this one, and it's really fun because one of the characters has an accent. If you're someone that doesn't mind a good bit of spice in your romance books, I think you'll really like this one. Alrighty, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have read any of these or if there's any other hockey romances that you guys recommend I pick up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I post new videos every single Sunday, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.